All right, sorry for the wind. It's supposed to be like, I don't know, 5 to 10 today. I was gonna come out yesterday and go fishing out here at Lake Lavon, but wanted to wait till it warmed up a little bit more and there's a little bit more boats in the parking lot. I think there's like 6 boats out here today, Collin Park Marina. So that way if something bad happens, at least I'm not alone. I like fishing, but when it's cold like this, you don't want to be alone on the lake. So got everything all unloaded, and I'm gonna get down to the water here and put in and see if we can't catch some fish. All right, we are out on the water. Going to see if we can't catch a little sand bass. The power plant's not running over here today, or I'd sniff around. Usually when the power plant's reducing and putting water out over here, the sand bass like to come over here and warm up in the wintertime. So there's about 6 boats out here today, so feels a little safer coming out. I hate wearing them, but I got my waders on. Got them cinched up real tight just in case, knock on wood. There's a couple birds, water's not too bad. Supposed to warm up more today. This is the point coming out here. It's usually pretty good fishing, so we're gonna go out this way and then make it around this point over here. And there's a hump right off the point that I like to fish. So we're gonna get out there, probably starting about, I don't know, 25 feet of water or so. Work my way up onto the hump, see if we can't run across anything. A lot of people bank fish off of this point right here. And the whole time I was getting geared up and getting ready, saw about 4 or 5 cars pulling in over there. So should be a good day. Said it's a little bit chilly out here still. I think it's like 40 something degrees. I think it's supposed to be like a high of 50 today. But the water's not bad. I think the wind is coming from the south over here, so the real tell is going to be when we get up around this point. Usually when the wind's coming from the south from the dam, once you get up to this point here, man, there's some pretty decent little waves. I actually sank a little John boat off this point once with a buddy of mine. So I don't play no games coming around this point. But beautiful day. You got the sun out. There's still some snow on the ground, but fortunately it's about all gone. I was kind of hoping to come out here and get a little bit of film with all the snow on the ground and everything, but honestly I'm glad it's gone. So all right, we'll check in here in a few minutes. All right, coming up around the point. Got a couple rods out here trolling behind me. A couple paddle tail flukes on there. Seen a couple fish on the fish finder, but the real question is once we start coming around the point here, we're gonna see any. I always like to have the rods out whenever I come around this point, because I've caught a couple fish just passing by. Oh, wavy. That's kind of what I was afraid of. The wind's coming across the long part of the lake here. Fortunately, it's not that bad. The name of the game today is just to go slow and steady. waders on because I can be out here in the cold, but as soon as my feet start getting wet, or my ass gets wet, it's over with. That's why I got a 12 foot. One thing I like about this 12-foot kayak, like when I'm out fishing on Texoma, I feel completely safe. In the summertime, at least, when the water's not freezing to death. Never even come close to tipping this kayak, so. We'll keep working our way over here. Put the phone up, I don't want to get wet. Over here for about 30-45 minutes. A couple guys over here on the bank fishing, and a little bit more windy than what I thought it was going to be today. I keep drifting over my spot, but the wind's pushing me pretty quick. I'm gonna have to get over here a little bit. I have seen a couple fish though. Not a lot, but I think there's a couple sand bass sitting down on the bottom. But as you can see, man, the wind is really throwing these waves. Usually in summertime, it don't bother me, but the water is 45 degrees today, so really don't feel like taking a swim or having a Lake Lavon yard sale with my kayak today. Gonna John out here a little bit further off and then give it another drift. I switched over and tied on a slab there, a little feather tail on it. Usually have pretty good luck with it out here, but oh yeah, you can see right here it's gonna be a good one. Oh no! Oh boy! Summertime cannot come fast enough, I'll tell you that. I'm right over my hump that I like to fish right now. Got a nice hard bottom. I usually like to hang out right here, sand bass. Believe it or not, I've cut a couple crappie right here too, pretty decent size. I got my thumper box going behind me. It's usually more of a Lake Texoma thing, but these sand bass do respond to it. If you can get on a good school of them, having that thumper box, especially in the winter time, will help hold the fish under you. But yeah, you can see it's a little wavy out here. School is a big fish. Making it a challenge. So I'm gonna get back up here just a little bit more and let the wind blow me back towards the bank. And I'm gonna bounce this slab off the bottom, especially anywhere it's a good hard bottom. See if we can't catch a couple sand bass. Still rather be out here fishing than sitting on the couch, that's for sure. I'm going stir crazy. So, check back in here in a few minutes. Fortunately, with the wind and everything today, if I actually do catch a fish, I'll have to just show you. I ain't gonna be able to show you the fight. So, Hang in there, I'll see you in just a minute. Woo! Came back on the other side of the point here to try to get out of this wind. I had a malfunction. My poor judgment, I threw a cast out in front of me trying to bounce that slab, and next thing you know, I had sucked it up here in the prop. And boy, that sucked because I was getting beat up. Managed to cut enough of the line off to get the hell out of the waves there, but as you can see, I got fishing line all wrapped up in here, so I gotta get the prop off and get that line out of there because that ain't good for it. So whee! A lot calmer over here. I was getting beat up over there, so I'm gonna come back along the power plant over there, I think, fish along the bank, and then I think I'm gonna go around this other point here towards the bridge back there and see if I can't run into something. But I just can't take getting beat up by them waves anymore out there. A couple of them come over the bow pretty good, and I'm definitely glad I got my waders on today. So let me fight this fishing line out of here. And oh shit, maybe it just came out. All right, I'll check back with you here in a few minutes. Well, I've been at it for about 3 hours. I ain't seen one bite. A couple fish. Once I got around this point over here, there's one little spot that I like to fish on this side of it, but I didn't even see nothing. A couple little bait fish and stuff. I also got my damn line wrapped in the prop again. I've never done that twice in a day. I think the whole time I've had this kayak, I've only wrapped the line around the prop once. And it's just so hard to try to keep yourself in place when you're fighting the wind like that, you know? So I'm kind of just taking a break here and letting it blow me over here to this other point. I got my little Red Bull, and I got some snacks and stuff. Got a couple rods out, just kind of drifting behind me. Woo! Here I'm kind of tired. I kept looping back around and pointing myself into the wind. But I mean, it just, no matter what I do, man, it is just beating me to hell. It's been a couple of years since I fished on the other side of this point. I had planned on fishing my way up towards the dam today, but that's upwind and I just ain't fighting it, man. So like I said, I'm gonna get down to this point here and go around it, and it goes further back in and gets kind of shallow, so maybe we can run into something. And then if nothing else, I'm gonna, when I come back around and I get to the power plant, I'll give it a shot. But I mean, just like this, just right now, man, I mean, this thing just will not go straight. No matter what I do, the wind just loves to push this thing sideways, man. I guess I gotta get a drift net or something. Jeez. Pretty day though. Sun finally starting to warm it up. Nice and toasty. Yeah, I got my waders on and stuff. So I don't know. We're gonna keep at it here. Like I said, if you're watching this YouTube channel to try to learn some fishing tips, you got the wrong channel, because I suck at fishing. Yep, it's not gotten any better. I'm about to cross around this point here. Good thing is I am seeing a little bit more fish. I got 3 rods out. I got a swim bait on that one. I got the slab on that one out behind with the feather tail on it. And then I got the other pole here with another swim bait on it back there behind me. So I'm a triple threat. Man, there's a couple waves. Kind of big. So I'm hoping once I get around this point here, maybe I can find me a spot to fish. I just can't take getting beat up by this wind anymore today. I know one thing, getting back to the ramp is going to be fun. I'm going to be fighting it the whole way, man. So, I don't know if I'm making a mistake or not by doing this. So I don't know. We're going to give it a little bit here. Kind of have a feeling that might need to pack it up here. Really hate to waste the day, man. I really wanted to catch a couple fish today, but at a certain point, it just gets to be a little too dangerous for that. So we'll give her a little bit more here. I've been kind of just drifting with the poles trolling behind me. But I still ain't caught nothing all day. So, You can see out there, I mean, it's... The bad thing is where I am on the lake, these waves have so much time to come across. They build up, man. They get pretty big. So, all right. Give it another couple minutes here and see what happens. Well, I still ain't seen any fish or caught any, but I sure did find the birds. We're all out here hanging out, having a bird party, doing bird stuff. For all I know, those could be secret Chinese spy pigeons. I don't think so. Wow. A lot of them. We're all just hanging out looking for a free meal. Bunch of freeloaders. And birds. Get a job, birds! All right, I'm gonna give it a little bit right here, and yeah, I think if nothing happens, I'm gonna have to start fighting my way back. Doing bird stuff. I will say half the part of fishing, you know, you come out here and you want to try to catch some fish and stuff, but I think half the reason I come out is just for the peace and quiet of it all. Seeing stuff like that. All these birds, doing bird stuff. Alright, give a little bit more here and see what happens. I'm gonna tuck up behind these trees here and I don't know, we'll see what happens. Warm up for a minute before we start to fight back. Alright, well, I gave it a while over here. I even went off this other point here and tried, went all back in here and tried. There's a couple trees back over there. I thought maybe might have some crappie around them or something. Fished them for about 20-30 minutes and didn't even get a nibble. I ain't seeing nothing, so I think I'm gonna just call it here and try to fight my way back to the ramp. Got the 3 poles back out trolling behind me. If I actually catch a fish, I'm not stopping though. I have a feeling once I get back up to the point here to try to make it back to the ramp, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. So I think plan is once I round the point, I'm just gonna start pedaling like there's no tomorrow. And I'm sure I'm gonna get beat up doing it. But that's part of fishing. I don't know. Keep coming out. So, you know, some days you come out, you run into some fish, you catch a bunch of fish, and you think you're the greatest thing in the world, think you're Bill Dance, and then some days you have days like this where you come out, try all the songs and dances you usually do, tricks and trades and whatnot, and nothing. Oh well, it's always good to get out. It being winter time, you know, all this cold coming in. This is like the 3rd time I told the wife, all right, I'm hanging it up, I ain't going out, it's too cold. And the next weekend I'm back out here, so I'm afraid it's a couple weeks here, it's gonna be really too cold to be taking the kayak out. It ain't gonna be worth it, so be trying the creeks or something maybe. Just bad, because man, it sure is a nice day, especially over here once I got tucked up out of the wind. Did a little bit of bass fishing too, threw a worm at the bank for a little bit just for the kicks, but it's just part of it. So we're gonna keep on fighting our way back here. If something happens and actually catch a fish, I'll stop to record it, but I have a feeling that I'm about to be having my hands full. Haven't got any kind of mount worked out yet to do any kind of live catching action, so something else will have to get worked out. Nevertheless, if you're sitting on the couch or you're sitting at your desk at work, this is a lot better view than what you got, I promise. So yep, just like I figured. This is gonna be fun. Take y'all along for the ride here. Still got some poles out. I hate to say it, but if I catch a fish, you're gonna get to do some water skiing today, because I ain't stopping. Oh, big wave. You ever curious how one of these old town 12-foot pedal kayaks do? In the big water, here's your answer. Oi! Need a windshield wiper. Holy Jesus. Yeah, this is gonna be a fight. The really worst part about this is honestly, I kind of went a little bit too far. My legs are tired. Fortunately, I don't got that far to go. Keeping it close to shore just in case something goes bad. Boy, you can hear that wind whipping. It's like being at Six Flags. All right, I'll put the phone up here. Power through it. See y'all back at the ramp. Well, I made her back to the ramp. They got the power plant running, got water flowing. Been over here fishing for about the last 30 minutes and I still ain't got no bite, so we're gonna go ahead and call it a day, but there's the ramp right there in front of me. It's been a wild ride today. It is just rough out there. Can't really tell from up here because I'm tucked up behind this point. I mean, coming from that point to here, I took a couple good waves, I'm not gonna lie. I took one to the side and got my arm pretty wet. That's the other reason I'm ready to pull up my panties and go home. My arm's soaking wet. I gotta hold it or hand it to these Old Town kayaks though, you know. I didn't really know what to think until I started getting the kayak fishing and started reading some of the reviews on these things, and man, they're right. As bad as it was getting over here, the only big fear I had was getting wet. I've never been afraid of falling out of this kayak or getting tumped over. And as far as safe kayaks go, especially these 12 foots, for some reason, man, they just seem to take it. Even in the biggest waves, I mean, I'll get thrown around a little bit, but I never felt like I was going to actually fall out. They're a little pricey, but they're worth every penny, man. So we're going to get her up to the ramp here and get her on the wheels, drag her up here to the car. I think I'm gonna sit inside and try to warm my arm up a little bit though. Well, we came, we saw, we tried, we failed. Fail! I'm just glad I made it back to the boat ramp safely. So I guess this is going to conclude another fishing adventure. One more in the books. Alright. Hope y'all are staying warm. Hope y'all are staying dry. If I have any family members watching this, love you guys, miss you. And tune in next time.